Hello, I'm Mackenzie. I'm the girl behind Only Uptown on Etsy. And in the last two videos, in the last two parts, I showed you how to do a single crochet and how to do a half double crochet. And these are the little coasters or whatever, washcloths, whatever you want to use them for. These are the ones we made. This is the single crochet. This is the half double crochet. And in this video, we're going to be learning how to do the double crochet. Now, just like in all the other videos, you're going to need some yarn, a crochet hook. Again, this is a 4.5 millimeter, a 4 millimeter, and a 5 millimeter will work just as well, and the sizing variance will be negligible. You'll need a pair of scissors, and you'll need a darning needle for when we're weaving in the ends. And I'm gonna do this a little quicker this time. In the last two videos, I did a little slower. So if you don't know how to do a slip knot, just go back and watch those. But I'm just gonna do it fairly quickly. And then we're just going to not have it too tight. And just like in the last video, we're going to chain 17 because we want 2 turning chains. Normally, for double crochets, you do 3 turning chains. I don't think it's necessary, so I don't do it. 2 turning chains is perfectly fine. There's no issue with that, but if you want to, then chain 18 instead of 17 here. But for today, we're going to chain 17, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And if you were going to do 3 turning chains, you would crochet 18. So just like with the half double crochet, before we enter into the stitch, we are going to yarn over. The beginning of the half double crochet and the double crochet is the exact same process. And if you were going to do 3 turning chains, so you crocheted 18 chains, you would be inserting into the 4th chain from the hook, and as always, the loop on the hook never counts. But I don't think it's necessary to have 3 turning chains, so we're just like in the last video with the half double crochet, we're going to insert into the 3rd chain from the loop. Yarn over, find that 3rd chain, insert in the middle of that 3rd chain, yarn over, pull through. Now this is where it stops being similar to the half double crochet. Just like the half double crochet, we have 3 loops on our hook. However, when we yarn over here, instead of pulling through all 3, we're just gonna pull through the first 2. So now we have 2 remaining on the hook. And we're just going to yarn over again and pull through those last 2. And this right here is your first double crochet. So we'll do that again. Yarn over, insert into the next chain in the row, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is how you do a double crochet. So we're just going to do that again in every chain in the row. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you can see they almost look like little posts. And this is great for when you really just want to add height to your work and it doesn't matter to you about the spacing. I'm not the biggest fan of the spacing, but normally it's a combination of double crochets, half double crochets, or single crochets. So you wouldn't have these spaces throughout the entirety of your work, but to each their own. Some people prefer that look. It's definitely, if you're making a garment, more breathable than the single crochet or half double crochet. So to continue, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. So we're just going to do that throughout the rest of the row. And as you can notice, because these stitches are a little bigger, I like to actually kind of hold right onto those stitches. So if you look at how I'm holding the yarn, learning how to hold the yarn so it's comfortable is probably the most difficult part of crochet. And you're only going to get better at that once you do it enough and get more comfortable. That's the only way to improve, in my opinion. So the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. But if you look at how I'm holding it, I'm holding on to the chain. Then as I add height, I'm holding on to more of the stitch itself. That I'll show you how it looks if I just hold on to the chain here, so you can see how much less stability there is. It's going to be moving all around every which way. And it's a little harder to pull through those loops. So that's why I grab onto it here. It's just easier, it's faster. So if you're having a little trouble, maybe try holding on to the actual work here just underneath your loops. And again, this really likes to curl up on you when you're working. The more rows you'll get, the less it'll do that. The more rows you work, I mean. And if you hear the squeaking on the work, that's just because it's acrylic yarn. All right, so that was the last chain in the row. Now you have an entire row of double crochets. To begin the new row, we chain two, and we turn our work to the back. This is what the back looks like. It kind of is more convex, and then the right side is always going to be more concave. But because we're working back and forth, both sides will end up looking the same. So again, chain the two, and in the first stitch in the row, insert and do your double crochet. And we're just going to continue doing this until the height of the row, or the height, equals the width. Right, and just making sure you have 15. That is how you will tell if you've gone into the last chain or not, or the last stitch. As well, if the sides start going wonky, that's also how you can know. Chain two, turn your work, and now we're going to begin our third row. right, and I will meet back up with you once I have made this into a square. Okay, so now that we have finished all of the double crochets in this square, I am just going to, again like the other ones, because this isn't going to get much wear and tear, cut myself a tail, and then this is enough really to secure the end for something that's not going to be handled a whole lot. And I will just weave in these ends off camera. If you want to see how I like to weave in the ends, you can go watch parts 1 and 2. I showed it more in depth in there, but I don't think it's really necessary to show it 3 times, so I'll see you in a second. So now with the ends woven in, this is what a square of double crochets looks like. And then I'll just show it compared to the half double crochet and the single crochet. Let's actually put them in this order here. So you can really see the difference when they're side by side. These are so much more closely placed together, but they really don't add very much height, which is why there's so many more rows than in either of these two cases. This one's probably my favorite just because it doesn't take as long as the single crochet, but there's not very much spacing between the stitches. And then this is the double crochet. And while I don't think I would make a garment just completely out of double crochet certainly has its purpose. Normally when you use these 3 stitches, you're using them in varying combinations with the others to make a pattern, like a houndstooth, for example, or a cedar moss stitch. But yeah, so that has been my 3-part tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear what you have to say in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout, send it in the comments, and I'll try to respond to as many as I can. All right, have an awesome day.